A FAANG developer brings in $470,000 a year. A normal senior developer, just $170,000. What is the discrepancy? Soft skills. For something so prominent in dictating how much you make a year, you will never hear about this anywhere else. No course, no program, no institution is going to teach you this. Except for right now. Because I want to teach you everything that matters. Adaptability. This is something that no institution ever wants you to think about, because if you thought about this for even a second, you realize that there's no program or course that can teach you this. For those of you who have never worked a dev job or have worked for your first job maybe, you'll realize that you get thrown into a legacy system, a code base, a stack, etc. in the middle of who knows what context and expect you to just figure it out and make it work. I know this is true because I was thrown into probably the worst stack imaginable, some WordPress, ancient PHP thing that who knows what was going on there, and I was told just figure it out and do something and build something. Adapt. Stop resisting the change, expect it. When you're dropped into chaos, you have to focus on understanding the system and just trying to work with it. Anti-fragile. Every problem has a solution to it. That is one of the most important soft skills you can know, being adaptable. Communication is also a big one, and yeah, I get it. A lot of people would just throw this word at you like a Pokeball and expect you to understand it. I'm not going to quote the Oxford Dictionary definition for this. Here are just every way to improve your communication. I'll just keep it simple for you guys. Simplify explanations so even a non-developer can understand this. This is one of the most important parts of being a developer because most people you work with will not be technical. Be concise. You don't need to give a 10-paragraph essay on a random detail that no one cares about. Just whatever is important, get it out there quickly and let them talk. If you're a leader, try asking better questions. What's blocking you? What were you expecting the solution to be? Here's one that's really good. Explaining concepts or explaining what you just did to yourself. There are actual studies that prove that doing this forces your brain to articulate better. There are a couple other methods to communication, but if you have just any sort of mental focus on trying to improve how you communicate, you will get better. It's really not that hard. Ownership. This is one thing that makes companies fight to keep you or promote you. The ability to force responsibility onto yourself and see through it that it gets done is invaluable to companies. Here's how you can do this. You can treat every problem like it's your product. For example, if you're building a website for some sort of product that you're selling, imagine it's your product. Put your heart and soul into it, and I promise you, your boss is gonna notice. Don't just point out issues, try and actually propose solutions to the issues as well. Don't just complain about everything. Say, here's a problem that we have, but here's how we can also solve it. If you're developing something and you know you're going to have a roadblock in the future, just be honest with it. Be like, yeah, this is a roadblock. I'm going to have an issue with this. Don't wait until the deadline to say something. Say it as early as possible and treat it like you're seriously trying to get this done. This kind of mindset turns you from developer into leader. And honestly, I only care about that because it makes you more money. Collaboration. You hear this a lot, but there's no real easy way to do this. So just you want to be ready for this. And I want to be honest, working with junior developers is going to suck. But on the plus side, collaboration is also how a lot of impossible projects get done. So this is very important to have down. Pair programming efficiently is an important one. Not just coding with someone, but learning how to teach someone else what you're doing or explain something to them as you're coding it so you guys can work in parallel. You want to be generous with context, writing a lot of comments, making sure that people understand what you're doing specifically. You don't want to hoard any information. This is a competition. You're working with your coworkers in an ideal work environment. If you're working together, that will be shown and it will be seen. Remember guys, if you have honest intentions and you try and lift other people up, your boss will notice. Continuous growth. I kind of regret putting this at the end of the list because this might be the most important one on this list here, but this is the difference between a developer who makes $50K a year and $500K a year. Let's not even get into the corporate talk about growth and self-loving and all that garbage corporate stuff they say about growth, whatever they say, I don't care. If you get better at development, you make more bank. That's the truth. You make more money, you're bringing in more stacks of cash. That's what we care about. So every time you sit down and you force yourself to learn a concept, you're not wasting time, you're not a nerd, and you're especially not a workaholic. You understand the fundamental logic that the better you get at coding, the more money you're gonna make. And for me, if I'm making more money, I'm a happy man. Code skills, they get you in the door, they get you the job, but your ability to improve as a developer and articulate your soft skills is what makes you make far more money and get you that ideal $500K salary that you hear about in the newspaper. Nobody reads the news anymore, like a news article. Newspaper. I'm not gonna comment bait you. If you genuinely appreciated this video, just leave a comment, it helps my algorithm. I'll see you guys in the next video.